So I wanted to give you guys a quick update on kind of where my head is right now. If you follow me on Twitter, I apologize because I think I posted like minute by minute updates over the last 2 days. But I kind of just wanted to give you guys like an update from basically last night to today. So just basically an emotional wreck. I actually called in sick to work today because I just couldn't do it. But anyway, so where I am right now is I don't feel like IVF is like my best next step. It's really expensive, like $20,000 plus. Emotionally, if it fails, which I don't have a good chance of it being successful. On top of that, just the physical requirements, like doing the injections and whatnot, is gonna like put my endo in like overdrive, and then plus like the time, like the stressing already about like the referral and whatnot has just been like crazy. So anyway, the whole TTC everything is just stressing me out, and I kind of need to move on from that. I'm just afraid that like at the end of everything I'm not going to end up where I want to be, and in the meantime be super poor, super stressed, and just not happy with everything. So talking with my brother and some friends, and I think I am going to move on from IVF, skip all that crap, and go straight to adoption. If you've watched my adoption video, the why don't you just adopt video, it's not like an ideal situation for where I live, but it is definitely something that is doable because I've looked into it before. So today basically I've been looking into international adoption and domestic adoption and trying to see from there where I want to go. I'm kind of leaning towards domestic adoption because it is cheaper, around 10 to 20,000, whereas international I'm looking at 30 to 40. Just to put you in understand where I am with surrogacy. Surrogacy I'm looking at about $60,000. If my friend who's a surrogate would be approved to do the surrogacy, I'm looking about 10,000. But right now, with all the complications she's having with this pregnancy, this surrogacy, it is not likely that she'll be able to do another surrogacy. At least not within the next 1 to 2 years. I know adoption takes time, so I'm looking at maybe around a 2+ year wait. But that's kind of just where I am. My biggest thing with adoption here is I will have to stay here. I know I complain about here so much that you're probably like, why would you want to stay here? But the reason I complain about here is more TTC related, with shipping and stressing about mail and stressing about the food that we don't have and all that wonderful baloney. But really, like in terms of domestic adoption, the agency I'd be using, I would go to the city for a few days, which I know here I can get time off no problem, and then they would have to come up here for one visit, which I would have to pay for. So I would try to time it in a time either when the road is open, or not the road, yeah, like the winter road, or when they're landing on the water, just because that would be the easiest. They do have these sessions multiple times a year. In terms of costs, it is a huge investment, but they do allow you to do it over time. So instead of dishing out $20,000 this summer, I would be paying $1,000 here, $1,000 there, so it's a lot less stressful. Also, I feel that with adoption, people are more likely to donate, and I can do fundraisers through my family and my friends and maybe online, and so financially I don't feel like it'll be as much of a burden compared to doing IVF, where I need to have all this money up front and everything. So I'm leaning towards domestic adoption because, hold on, I need to blow my nose. Sorry about that. Okay, so domestic adoption I'm leaning towards because with international adoption it's really hard to find countries that are open to single women. If you're a single guy, you're basically completely screwed, but there's very few countries that are open up to single women. And also you don't get young children. Usually you're looking at a year or older, and I want a child as close to birth as possible. I just don't feel like I want to miss out on that much time. So I am leaning towards domestic adoption because it's cheaper, plus the whole wanting a newborn. I'm going to have my options open to any race, any gender, and some disabilities. Because there's some minor ones that some children are given up for adoption for that I feel like I can actually handle. There are some that I definitely can't handle, but there are some that I know I can. So that's kind of where I am. My wait list for that, probably at least 2 years. But I'm hoping by having my options open to what I'm willing to take, like gender, race, disabilities, will maybe help shorten that a little bit. Also, by staying here, if you've watched my last quick update, there was talking about adopting a child from here. By staying here, during that time, I might be able to get a child from here. And if I have like my home study and everything done, it would just be a normal private adoption. So it would be easier to finalize than going through the whole custom adoption, which is a different legal thing, but also a little more like dicey in terms of legal. So that's kind of where I am. So right now I'm just trying to figure out what to do, if I want to continue with the known donor or if I just want to stop and save that money. I will be dropping down to 2 shipments no matter what, because that 3rd shipment just never seems to get here on time. So I will drop that shipment, and then that $75 per cycle that I'm going to throw into my adoption fund. Right now I have a reasonable chunk of money set aside, but I am thinking I might do a vacation this summer to just kind of like, you know, get away. So that will probably take up part of that. So I haven't decided if I will do the vacation. I feel like I need a vacation, but on the other hand, I'm going, that's money that I could be spending on the adoption. So that kind of is where I am. If I decide that this is something that I want to do, I will be living here still, which is good and bad. It's good because I know what I'm doing here. All my stuff is here. I don't really want to move, but my pay can be better if I go elsewhere. However, every year I'm going to get a raise no matter what. Staying in this province means I get money back every year because of my education. They end up giving you like a tax credit back. So I get about $4,000 back every year from that. Plus I get bonuses throughout the year. So I probably get about $3,000 in bonuses. So I end up getting about $7,000 on top of my salary every year in just extraness because of where I live. So I don't know. I don't know where I'm at right now. I also do want to lose weight. So the adoption will kind of give me a chance to do that because I don't want to lose weight while trying to conceive because it can affect your chances of conceiving, even though being bigger isn't good. But, so, I don't know. My brother's like, well, just move and then do the adoption there. But the problem is where I would be moving to, there's no adoption agencies because I'm looking at going to a territory. So you can do adoption, but it's a lot more difficult because there aren't private adoption agencies. Also, it doesn't really look good to be moving. It's better for me to just stay put, get everything done. In the province that I'm in, finalization is only 21 days. So once that 21 days passes, I am finalized, I am good, I can leave, go to maternity leave in Ontario. There's no risk of the mother taking your child back. Whereas other places, it can be like months before it's actually finalized and there's more complications and whatnot. The only thing that I'm not 100% sure I'm okay with is that it is only open adoptions. For those that don't know, an open adoption is where you still have contact with the birth parents versus a closed adoption, it's closed, there's no contact. So I am split about that because I originally wanted a closed adoption. I don't have issues with the birth parents like having photos and stuff, but I just don't want them involved. but I guess that comes down to what actually is going to be in the agreement and whatnot. My other big fear is being chosen. Because of my age and the fact that I'm single, I don't feel like it'll be easy to get chosen by a birth mom, but that's where having gender, race, and disabilities open, I feel like I'll have a bit of a better chance because I'm open to more things and therefore maybe more likely to be chosen by someone. Also, I have good education, I have a good job, I have a good income, I'm financially stable. So anyway, so that's kind of where I am. I kind of don't want to move, so this kind of works out better. And also the whole possibly adopting from here is nice. But I do need to get the ball rolling on something else, and I don't feel like that something else is IVF. I've always been drawn to adoption. I think I've said it before that IVF was like one of those things I would never do. And I feel like really I shouldn't be doing it, and it's not something I am comfortable with. I just feel like IVF is a faster way to get to a baby, but not necessarily. And if I do IVF, I'm screwed if it fails because I won't have finances to do another one, and I don't think I can emotionally handle another one. Whereas adoption, the majority of the fees are after the birth and after you get placement. And also, even though a failed adoption would suck, I don't feel like it's as much of an investment as doing a full IVF cycle. So anyway, that's kind of where I am. Sorry that this is like a random long update, but I kind of just wanted to let you guys know where I was with everything. But thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.